Hello, and welcome to what I hope will be a good series of videos that will teach anyone who wants to learn how to code, how to code. This series of videos will be focusing on C#.net or .NET C#, but many of the lessons that we'll learn will be transferable across quite a large set of languages. What is this? So I'm hoping to create a series of videos that will take users or take people from their first Hello World program, defining variables, loops, if statements, functions, classes, all that good stuff. Go from the very beginnings into coding things like websites, coding things like Windows services or Linux daemons or daemons. We might venture into gaming. We will do some cloud-based functions or lambdas. We'll try and cover our bases. I'm going to try and split these videos up into 4 types of videos. So we've got the main line lessons. This is like the mandatory knowledge that you'll need to know how to code. Then we'll have the challenges. So these will be optional extras to help you to take the concepts that we have learned in lessons and apply them to challenges outside of the lesson to try and get you thinking like a programmer. We'll have side lessons. Some things I think take a bit of explanation, and I don't want to take up a large chunk of time in the lesson to say, to basically go over everything, that all of the information that requires you to have. So we'll take these like good nuggets of information, and then we'll make side lessons, and I'll try to make them non-mandatory. When they are mandatory, I will try and create a playlist of like mandatory learning playlists, and then the side lessons will be in the mandatory learning. And then the last group of videos I'm thinking about is what the hell is this sort of thing. So there's quite a lot of like technology or quite a lot of frameworks out there, and sometimes you just ask, what the hell is this? A couple of examples off the top of my head. What the hell is a website? What the hell is a service? What the hell is a game? What the hell is RabbitMQ? What the hell is event service bus? You could list thousands and thousands of things, and in that series of videos I'm going to try and explain what they are, what concepts they have, and how to use them. As I said, this course or this series of videos will focus primarily on C#.net, and we'll be focusing on C#5, which as of the time of recording is the latest version of .NET. We may branch out into newer versions if they come out in the time of this series, but we'll be focusing on .NET 5 and forward. We'll never go back, because .NET has quite a complicated past at this point, and .NET 5 is the unification of past and present, we'll say. So we'll only ever refer to older versions of .NET in passing. We'll never code in like .NET Framework or .NET Core as they were known. Who am I? I am Jaro, or Jaro550. I am a professional C# programmer. I've been programming for around 20 years. I have a bachelor's in computer science, and I learned to code from videos such as this. And I want to pass that forward. Why C#.NET? I think it's just familiar, just being familiar with it. Like, that's what I'm comfortable coding in. But you know, it has a lot of advantages. It runs on all platforms. It's fast. It has great support. It has really, really great tools, and it has a lot of useful libraries. C# is actually owned by one of the biggest tech companies on Earth, which is Microsoft. They own the language, but all of the language is open source, so you can go and see how they've implemented it. You can change it if you want. You can like create your own C# if you want, and they really, really spoil their users with the amount of features and the amount of like tools that they give users to help them code in C#. So I think it's a great language. It's a great language, and it is. You can use it for a great number of reasons. Why now? So I think the main reason right now is .NET 5. And that's because I won't have to talk about, you know, the history of like, oh, what is .NET Core? What is .NET Framework? Or like, what is this? What is that? I only have to talk about .NET 5 because this is the unification of .NET into one platform. And if not now, when? If not me, who? I love that quote. Tools we'll be using on the beginning of this course. We'll be using these tools for now. So we'll be using VS Code. Don't worry about this link. This link will be in the description. VS Code is just a text editor that is very extensible, and it has inbuilt tools to help us code. And obviously we'll be using .NET 5, which is available at this link. We'll tell you how to do that in a second. These links again will be in the description of the video, but some useful websites that, you know, are basically known by every C# developer, and Stack Overflow is known by every developer on Earth, I think, at this point. Stack Overflow, which is a question and answer forum. So if you're stuck, you can go there and ask questions. Be sure to search for your question first, fully understand what you're asking before you ask the question, because Stack Overflow is a great website, and they have amazing community and amazing moderators that will essentially downvote you and flag questions as duplications or not enough information if you haven't done the research properly. So before asking any questions on this website, please understand the question that you are asking before asking it. Then we have docs.microsoft.com. This is the official documentation for everything .NET. This is a great resource, obviously. I suggest that you go through this as we go through the series. You can look ahead, look behind. It's a great resource. And obviously we've got .NET.Microsoft.com. Here I've listed the try.NET. You can actually code .NET C# in your browser via this link. So I'll include that in the description. So for now, here is the Microsoft.NET website. So we need to install the SDK. So this is to build applications. This is the software development kit. So I am running on a Windows machine and I have a 64-bit operating system. Generally, any PC after 2012 will probably be 64-bit. If you're running Windows 10, I believe it has to be 64-bit, so just go with the x64. If you're running an older computer, let's say Windows 7, Windows 8, you may have a 32-bit operating system, and then we click that, it will download, and then you need to install this. The other thing that we'll need to download is Visual Studio Code. This is a screenshot of Visual Studio Code. Again, it has different operating systems if you're using a Mac, if you're using Windows, if you're using Linux. Download and install the appropriate package. I already have this installed, and you can see that I'm in the middle of coding something here. That is the conclusion to this video introducing you to the series. I hope that it goes well. Thank you.